We're now on Live 365 and Ustream.com. Just search WICR and like us on Facebook. Facebook.com/WICR Iona College Radio.
Welcome back, guys. We're back.
We are back.
Ready to talk about some fantasy hockey that I'm killing it in right now.
Well, fantasy hockey has been great for me because I'm the best player in our league.
Are you 3-0?
I'm 3-0. I beat Jeff by 1 point, which was a very close game. That stinks. By 1 point, Jeff. Oh, man.
That actually, in my fantasy football league last week, I beat one of my friends by 1 point. And it was
those victories taste so much better than, like, blowing someone out.
The funniest thing was, we both scored 120. I scored 129. He scored 128. Nobody else in the league broke 100.
That's awesome.
That's a great matchup right there. That's really good.
It was a Monday Night Miracle.
Currently, like, doing 1 and 2, not so good, but I'm gonna be 2 and 2, based on tonight. I'm going to be 2 and 2.
Dante, we have a full week in front. Like, chill.
No, we don't.
We have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Points can change.
There's a lot of hockey.
Jeff was up by 20 during our series. I won by a point.
Yeah, and I don't understand it. I just picked some players.
Sometimes you need to get rid of the goalie because you can't trust the goalie having a good night. Like, if he has a good night, you're getting points. But in the off chance, I just don't put in the goalie sometimes.
I went through all until next week of the players I'm gonna sub in, make sure I have nobody on the bench. Because that's the cool thing about fantasy hockey is it's not just like one game a week.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's not as easy, I guess, as.
I'm doing fantasy basketball, and that's hard.
Oh.
Because I have to keep watching. Like, there's like 5 games. Like like the Lakers. Like, I have what's his name, Mr. Swaggy P.
Swaggy P.
And he already played like 3 games. And I'm like, God, yeah, I can't like, I can't like, I can't focus. Like, so now I'm like,
just God, yeah, I love that guy.
I tried doing fantasy baseball a couple years back, but
fantasy baseball's the hardest out of all 4.
Football is the easiest because you check once a week, you'd stay on top of it.
I check it every day.
Yeah, but like other players, they don't check every day. Me, like every single time, I'll wake up, see what the dealio, who's injured, who's not, make my lineup, and go in for the week.
Well, the problem is I don't know why I have bad luck. Like, all the players that I get just get injured. Like, I had Des Bryant. And
you can't make that up.
I had Des Bryant. I had, what's his name?
Jamal Charles?
I had Jamal Charles.
Jamal Charles was my #1 draft pick.
I had, who's the wide receiver for the big wide receiver for the Panthers? I had him.
Oh, Kevin Benjamin.
Yeah. I had, what's his name?
Wait, is he hurt?
Yeah, he torn ACL in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And then now I have 4 players that's out. 4 of my biggest players are out for the year. So, like, I give up.
The funny thing is, my best pick in the draft, I picked round 9. I picked Tom Brady, and I had already picked Andrew Luck. So Tom Brady was my backup. I was like, that's gonna be great. I ended up trading Luck, and I kept Brady, and because I needed to get some running backs once I lost Jamal, and I'm in love with my team right now.
No lie, I'm gonna tell you the story. Remember that year that Tom Brady got injured for the whole year? Was the only year I got the #1 overall pick, and I picked Tom Brady, and he got injured for the whole year. When I tell you, after that, I was like, I probably shouldn't be doing fantasy football no more.
I'm cursed.
I am.
I can't believe you did fantasy football that early. Last year was my first year.
No, yeah, I started around 6th grade. Really? I feel like it hit the mainstream after 2007.
Yeah.
2007 football hit the mainstream because I feel like when the Giants won, like, it was such a huge upset. Everyone was like, yo, you have to watch the Giant game. It's close. So everyone put it on. And now, like, football hit the mainstream. And it's soon going to be the most popular sport in America. It's like 2nd now or something. Baseball's still #1.
Baseball's still #1?
So baseball, technically NASCAR, I'm pretty sure, is still #2.
Based on, like, views?
Yeah.
Or attendance?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the last statistic I looked at, the Super Bowl, like, they always get...
Well, that's the Super Bowl. That's one game. It's...
Like, averagely, like, baseball gets more views than football. But it's, like, really close now. Before it wasn't. Because
baseball's dying down.
Yeah. Well, we went to that Yankee game, and you guys weren't there, but nobody was there. Like,
well, yeah, that's just some games.
yeah,
baseball's going to have to do something to bring all their viewers back. Put a shot clock time in because it's just it takes forever. It takes way too long. The pitching and the batting, you just shouldn't have that much time.
And you get the.
I think they should lower the games to like at least 100. 162, I can't watch those games. I just get bored. I don't watch like half the game.
I agree with you. The only problem is all the stats that are now there, like home runs in the season, you couldn't reach them.
Plus, if they cut down the amount of games, then the owners of all the stadiums and the teams
are gonna lose money.
They're gonna lose money. So they're gonna put ticket prices up and effectively just kill the sport.
Mm-hmm.
I know. It's just like they didn't do something because, like he said, really, like the first game in the World Series, it took literally 4.5 hours. Like I was ready to go to bed. Like I was really ready to go to bed.
Yeah. That was a riveting game.
Yeah, that was really good.
The bottom of the first pitch inside the park home run. You don't see that often.
I'm just saying, like, I just like amazed like how a batter can hit one ball out of 3 tries and they're considered great. Because 3.333 at batting average is great.
Well, that's the cool thing about baseball is, like, when you look at other sports, the best players are always doing everything right. With baseball, like at least half the time, you're always gonna fail. So that's kind of the cool part. It really shines when you do something good.
Yeah. Plus, like, the hardest thing to do in sports is hitting a 90-mile-per-hour fastball. So
yeah,
it's just ridiculous. I could never picture doing that.
Oh, I know.
Like, I'd blink. I'd be like, oh, God, sorry.
Nah, I mean, the fastest, like, I seen, like, in real life was an 85. So, like, imagine, like, 95 to 100.
What, you never been to a baseball game?
No, like in real, like actually trying to hit the ball.
I'm joking.
Like, it's 85, and literally it goes from, like, here to, like, here in, like, 0.5 seconds. Like, you don't even have time to, like, move your arms to swing. Like, they say most of the time you swing before the ball actually leaves the guy's hands.
You have, like, a split second to, like, decide, do you want to go for it or not?
Yeah, it's a skill. It's crazy. And imagine one of those hitting you.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, man.
And we were just looking at the baseball fights a couple nights ago.
Yeah, those sports used to be in the 90s and early 2000s. They were insane of how sick sports were. Because it was just like there wasn't fines if you got in a fight, or you wouldn't get suspended for the year.
So you're a fan of Ron Artest jumping up
yes,
in the audience
absolutely.
and punching a fan in the face?
Yeah,
great moment
that
in
fan. In Ron Artest's defense, if someone do sticky soda at you, I'll probably fight them too.
But you're supposed to be a professional. You're supposed to, and the thing
Ron
is,
Artest is not.
I know
He's not a professional.
I know he's not.
I mean, that fan should have known. Like,
well, the fan probably would have thrown a soda if he didn't assault the other player. Like,
I mean,
yeah, I agree.
At the end of the day, yeah, you're supposed to be a professional, but you're still human. Like, if someone throws something at you, like, your human instincts take over to, like, beat.
I'm not gonna find a guy. I'm just gonna be like, excuse me, sir, you threw something on me. What just happened?
I mean, I don't know. He should have known at least.
And then I'll fight him.
that was crazy. And then the classic Pedro.
When he threw that Yankee, like, was it that
Pedro Martinez?
Yeah. Who did he hit? I can't remember.
Didn't he like a Yankee, like?
Yeah.
Like but he was really old, so I was like,
oh yeah,
you didn't have to do that to him.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yep. And that's when he threw one of the coaches on the Yankees to the ground.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that was really bad.
Oh, that guy was so old. Yeah.
Yeah. So it just looks so bad on
The thing
him.
is, the guy was charging at him, and Pedro just goes like, "Olé!" with the ball, throws him to the ground.
Oh man, I miss those days. I really do. I miss those days. Now it's like if you like look at a guy wrong, oh, that's a fine.
Yeah, everything
Like I hate football now.
No, you don't.
Like I don't hate football. I hate all the the calls and stuff. Like you can't play defense no more. Like you can play defense only.
Yeah, you can.
It's easier to score on offense than it is to play defense. I'll agree with that.
Like I used to love like people getting like the touching and stuff. That's good. That's physicality. You shouldn't get like if I see there's some plays where I see like the cornerback like playing his hands and the receiver playing his hands. They're both playing their hands. Like there's no advantage. So you shouldn't give the pass.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes flopping is always referred to in basketball, but I feel like in football, wide receivers definitely flop and they get called for pass interference.
That was the Patriots were on. Yeah, they were on defense. No, they were on offense, and it was. I was so excited because Brady threw it to Edelman in the end zone, and I was like, "Oh yeah, touchdown!" Because I was gonna get so many points. But Gronk shoved a defending player and was pass interference, and
yeah, but like,
but I thought that's.
But I'm mad because it has to be blatant. Like he had to shove.
It was blatant.
Next thing you know, but if a but at the same time, the defender will like this to Gronk. They're like, "Oh, pass interference, go down." It's like
I will say they're getting better. Like
now there's like
and
the defender, I think they're getting better. You really when you see them, they reach through the arms and take it down. I think it's good, but they're so worried about concussions because that's really all the studies are proving how bad football is, and they don't want it to kill the sport.
Yeah, I agree. Like less and less kids, their parents are like, no football. You don't want to get concussed. Yada yada.
Oh, I never played football. Like in high school, but me and my friends would always play like every weekend because we had these awesome fields. And I remember we at the beginning we would always play tackle, and I accidentally gave one of my friends a concussion.
Damn.
So we started playing, touch.
No, that's where you'd be like, tough it out, kid. Come back next week.
Well, the kid always gets concussions.
Oh, so that's not your fault. Like if he's prone,
I didn't think I gave him a concussion.
Like he shouldn't have been like, you know what, guys, I'm a breathe some bug. Take a breather. You guys can go out without me.
So everyone was scared of me. So I guess that was cool.
So here's a question: Who will the Mets get swept?
No.
They are not looking good.
She's a Mets fan. She will kick you.
I'm just saying, like they're.
No, we will not be swept. I know you can hear me. They're not going to get swept. We're taking game 3. I'm telling you for a fact. Thor's throwing down the hammer tonight. So you know.
I hope you guys. I'm a Yankee fan, but I'm the type of Yankee fan that will root for New York once they get eliminated. But the first game you guys played great, but last night was.
The first game. The problem with the first game was the pitch Harvey threw. First of all, that was ridiculous. You don't throw fastball straight down the middle no, you don't do that. Second of all, Cespedes had a bad read off the bat. If he didn't have that bad read, he would have caught it. Because if you really watched the play, he was right there.
Yeah.
He was a couple steps behind it, but if he turned around, he would have gotten it. So that was what was wrong with that game. Game 2, I don't know what happened with game 2. DeGrom had a bad day. I'm chalking it up to that.
But it's the World Series. You can't have a bad day.
I know.
Very true.
I don't know what happened with that game. But game 3's got Thor.
No, honestly, even with the bad thing, you still up 4-3
right?
with 2 outs left.
First New York
and
game.
you gave up a home run. So like that just shows like you guys like.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Honestly, when I saw the Kansas City Royals enter the World Series, I automatically thought they were gonna win. I'm sorry, guys.
I still believe it.
No,
I'm sorry.
I remember our very first
if it was the Blue Jays, I would give the Mets a very great chance.
See, the thing is, what you have to realize is last year, Kansas City could have tied the game. They were 90 feet away from tying the game in Game 7, and they dropped it. They lost it. They choke. That's the thing. They choke.
But no, they were not supposed to win that. They were not supposed to pull a Game 7 in that World Series. They were supposed to get swept, and then they came out of nowhere, and the United States of America rallied behind them. That was America's team that year, and I wanted them to win so bad.
No, they should have won last year. I will admit they should have won last year.
This year, once I saw last year, I'm like, if they make the World Series again, they're definitely winning.
No, they're definitely a threat to compete against. They're a threat to everyone. I'm telling you for a fact. I'm gonna call it now, and I have pretty good luck calling games in the studio. The Kansas City Royals, the Astros, and the Mets, the next 2 seasons after this, like 2016, 2017, are going to be a big threat.
I agree.
They will. I have no doubt about it.
I'm just saying.
I don't know about the
Yankees
Astros.
are good. Mets are good.
I don't know about the Yankees, to be honest.
World Series would be insane.
I honestly was kind of hoping for a Subway Series World Series, but it didn't happen.
It would be.
But the Yankees don't have it anymore. They're not the same.
Time out.
Did you tell me time out?
Yeah, time out.
This is not basketball. This is baseball.
Time out. All right, replay review. Anyway, seriously, imagine the views baseball would get if that happened. Imagine. It'll almost be as big as a Super Bowl. Any type of Super Bowl.
It definitely would be.
Yankees versus Mets.
It would definitely be everywhere in New York they'd be watching it.
Everyone in the United States will be watching that. Yankees versus Mets to decide who's the best in New York. Oh my God, that would be crazy.
That would be pretty crazy.
It would be a pretty good matchup considering that the Yankees aren't as good as they have been in the past, and the Mets are better than they have been in the past. So it's an even match, personally.
Honestly, I hate all these Mets fans for one thing when they're like, "Yeah, we're in the World Series," and I have to tell them, "Shut up! This is the first time you've been good in like 7 seasons. Take a break here. Let's slow your roll. You finally got somewhere.
Hey, they deserve it.
It's all about being realistic. My thing is, like I said, I'm born and raised a Met fan. I'm one of the biggest fans you will ever meet in your life, but you have to be realistic about it. You have to say, yes, I like to win. Is it likely? Yeah, it's likely. I'd say it's still likely. But you have to have hope. You cannot give up on them because then they'll give up on you.
If you made this far, you always have to have hope.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I hate when they're like, "Oh, yeah, we're better than the Yankees," and I'm like, "Whoa, chill out."
They are this year.
This year, I'm like, "Yeah, you got this year," but don't say you're definitely better than us. Do not say that because this is for the first time in like 7 seasons that we talked about the Mets past September.
Right, let them. All right, if you're a true Yankee fan, just let them have their fun.
Yeah, I'm letting them. Look, I root for New York no matter what. I swear to God, if the Jets went to the Super Bowl, you will catch me in Darrelle Revis jersey next to Danny, watching it, cheering the heck out of them.
The thing is, though, that'll never happen.
I would love for them to get in the AFC champion and destroy Tom Brady. I would love to see that
remember
happen.
Eric
please.
Bledsoe?
I would hope for that so much.
Yeah, neither do I. That's going to be Tom Brady one day.
I want them to beat them like 48-0. I want Tom Brady. I want them to beat them.
Drew is Drew Bledsoe, not Eric.
I want them to beat them so bad that Tom Brady retires.
Honestly, I would like that a lot.
Bledsoe gets the short end of the stick. He did well. I can't remember who was the team he went to after, but he had some good days.
Who?
Bledsoe.
Oh, Drew, yeah.
When he got obliterated.
Yeah,
he came back and then got obliterated again.
Yeah.
We created. He was cool about it.
It stinks. Like looking the I don't remember it because it happened 2001 I think it was. Yeah, I barely remember it, but looking back, it's like we created the worst thing to ever happen to New York Jets franchise history.
Yeah.
Who was that? I think it was Mario Williams who made the sack.
Tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was running down the sideline.
Yeah.
We
created one of the best QBs of all time.
Well, you didn't. I don't think. I think he was just born that way. You gave him the chance.
Good point.
His first season wasn't just
terrible.
Being great. It was him just making sure, they didn't
get destroyed.
He was a run game. He wasn't throwing bomb. He didn't show his
honestly.
His golden arm.
I would love to see one more time because I'm not a Patriot hater. I'm not a Tom Brady hater. I respect you guys. I just want to see one more time. Back that 2017 when Randy Moss. It was something special. It was like something special. This Randy Moss was ridiculous that year. He was. I know
that team will go down as top 5 best teams of all time.
It could have been top, but someone
that could have been number 1, but not winning a Super Bowl with that roster, that's gonna.
The thing is, the worst part about being like my age and being a New England fan is all the greatness. Like the very beginning of it all happened when I wasn't old enough to really appreciate sports. So I'm probably gonna go for the rest of my life. Once Brady retires, the rest of my life just being
yeah, but you saw it last year. You saw
about 2007. You saw 2000.
No, I mean I'm not saying the dynasty is over. I mean 2013 Red Sox. 2 years ago, Red Sox won the World Series. Celtics, Bruins, Patriots, they're great. So 7-0. I like where we're headed, but we've been talking for 20 minutes straight. So I think we'll take a little break and then we'll bring it back.
Sounds good.
Close an argument. So let me.
No, we don't have to close it. I think we should be allowed to have an extra 15 minutes, just because it took us 15 minutes because the computer's locked out, and I think she'll give it to us. So it's not a closing argument. We are going on extended edition.
All right. I just wanted to make shorter clips so it's easier to watch.
The extended Halloween edition.
Halloween edition.
Or hey,
strictly
strictly sports.
All right, guys. See you in a bit.
Broadcasting from the basement of La Penta.